Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Laurier Falcon 2. Now, this is a used watch, so you may notice some marks and other imperfections on it, but that's because it's a used watch. So, MSRP on this watch from Laurier is $499. Case in, well, the case is a mixture of brushed and polished surfaces. The bracelet and clasp is all brushed, a little bit of polish here on the clasp edge to match the bevel on the case here. So I do appreciate that mix of brushed and polished surfaces, and the little chamfer on the edge here is nice. Also does have a good sized crown here. This is a 6.5 millimeter crown. It is a signed crown, and it is screw down as well. You see the drilled lugs on the case, which I do appreciate. Definitely makes it easier to change out the strap and bracelet. Speaking of the bracelet, it has female end link, solid end link, and solid links. The clasp is also milled. It has these dual pushers here, so it's nice and secure. Also has 3 micro adjust, so you don't really need a safety clasp with this because you have these 2 pushers. It is a signed crown as well, as you may have noticed earlier. So I really like the styling of this watch. Size of it, it's a smaller watch, but it probably looks good on my 6.5-inch wrist. I just like a little bit larger of a watch. This is a 36 millimeter case. Lug to lug is nice and small at 44. Thickness I measured at 11, and the lug width is 20 millimeter, and it tapers nicely down to 16 millimeter. So this watch wears very well on wrist. And as I mentioned, that crown is 6.4 millimeter crown. Crystal on this is a domed Hesselite crystal. Now I looked up what is the difference between Hesselite, plexiglass, and acrylic, and it sounds like they're all basically acrylic crystals, just different trademark names. Not sure if you can see, but this dial is actually textured. It has kind of a diamond shaped pattern here to the dial. Hopefully that's coming across the camera here. Since we're here, you can see that the indices are not applied indices, they're just painted on, which is fine. You can see it does have some height to it there. Again, BGW9 loom, so we'll see how that looks towards the end of the video. Printed logo as well, but it looks just fine to me. Yeah, definitely a cool vintage inspired watch. Let's zoom back out here. Just have the Miyota 90S5 movement. It is 8 beats per second. It is hand winding and hacking, and this is a true no date movement. So first position here, out from the screwed down position, is hand winding. Then your next position will be time set. So you notice the second hand has stopped there. Then you can set the time. I really do like these Miyota 9000 series movements. I think the only real complaint about them is they tend to be a little bit loud, but that doesn't really bother me. It is a solid case back without any information on the back. This has a nice little engraving going around the perimeter here. So nothing too fancy about that. This watch does come sized or has enough links for up to an 8-inch wrist. And the watch also comes with a micro suede pouch and a screwdriver. All right, let's get this on wrist. I have a 6.5-inch wrist with a 52 millimeter wristband. So I think it fits well on my wrist. I just like a little bit larger of a watch. White dial also makes it look a little larger than what it is. So let's zoom out here for a little bit different perspective. So there we go. It is nice and thin too at 11 millimeter. Some of that thickness does come from the domed crystal, of course, so it would appear to be even thinner than that 11 millimeter would indicate. Yeah, very cool watch. All right, let's pause the video. Actually, yeah, I'm going to pause the video and I'll see if I can find my SKX and we can do a quick size comparison here. All right, I found it. Here we go. Seiko SKX next to the Laurier Falcon 2, 42 millimeter by, I think it's 47. And we'll use this for the lume comparison as well. So let me know in the comment section if you guys have experience with Laurier watches. Kind of, for some reason, remind me of the Baltic brand, Baltic and Laurier. I don't know, could just be me. These bracelets are very nice as well. Zelos has a similar kind of bracelet. Nice small links that fully articulate. Can't quite fold them on top of each other, but you don't really need to. Yeah, very nicely done. All right, let's check out the lume on these watches here. All right, so here we have BG W9 on the left versus Seiko Lumibrite on the right here. Laurier Falcon and Seiko SKX 009. Yeah, so by eye here, I would say the Laurier is brighter than the Seiko SKX. The indices are a little larger on the Laurier as well, so that helps. The hands don't have quite as much lume, but it still does appear to be brighter. I'll let this run for maybe 30 more seconds, and we'll see how it compares here. Now, if you have not already subscribed to the channel, I would greatly appreciate if you could go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and leave a comment below. And as always, thank you for taking the time. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.